Coming to the Twin Cities in December, it's the 2026 World Junior Hockey Championship.
Team USA has got back-to-back!
Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit worldjuniorsmn26.com.
Welcome to the JimBob Sports Jamboree with Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, another legend, the superstar Mike Morris, yet two more legends, Jim Rich from Fox 9, and a man who, how many companies you got now? TWS Remodeling is the umbrella company, right? Or is there an umbrella over the umbrella?
There's no umbrella. They're all separate. I don't know. I lost track. I have so many fingers and toes. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler Ganz, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to get right to it here. I want to hear from the two guys who played. Carson Wentz, we'll start with dislocated shoulder, torn labrum, fractured socket. How do you fix that with some Gorilla Glue? But he claims that it was him who wanted to play with the pain. I say, then why do they have a blue tent? Because what is the whole idea of that thing that's supposed to see if a guy's hurt? At what point is the coach responsible and saying, no, you've had enough? And I'll throw this out, too. The other day, Coach KOC said that Carson Wentz understood the circumstances, and the coach did not want to put Brosmer in because he's a rookie in a situation like that. Then why is he on your dang team?
Exactly.
If he's a rookie, you can't play.
He needs to be. If you think he's that horrible,
then he can't be on the team.
You have a better shot with a one-arm wounded quarterback.
Yes, wounded.
Than
not only
kid
wounded,
that's ready to roll.
mentally. Yeah, but he's also mentally
destroyed.
Yeah,
crushed.
exactly. Because like from the time he's been in the league, the first couple of years, we thought he was going to be all this, and when he comes in, and he has, he's the kind of guy that could give you 2 games. As much as we try to give him the credit, like, hey, Carson Wentz, he's got ability, no question about it, but something's missing. I think the leadership part.
You know what the problem
missing.
here is? These guys, it was mental duress. It was sort of blackmail because he continued playing because he thought, geez, if I stop playing, I can't get that big Sam Darnold contract. They used that against him by making him play.
He's never going to get the same.
I know that, but I mean, he didn't know that. And
but
when
he already
did,
got one
he'd
big
probably
contract.
never play again with the injuries. He might need a new shoulder.
Well, I don't know. He'll be somebody's backup for sure.
Maybe.
But
have you guys seen a tougher? I mean, I have to go back to Favre in that championship game when there was a bounty on the guy.
I've seen a lot of tough guys. I really have. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks that were super tough guys too. So I'm sure Chuck has too. I know that you have. But I've seen Steve DeBerg play with 3 pins in his finger on the throwing hand.
On the throwing hand.
I've seen Gary Zimmerman play with 3 pins in 3 fingers that were broken, wrapped in a cast, and played against Bruce Smith and didn't have a sack against him. He didn't say a word either. I mean, you never would have known. He had the pins put in the day after the game and took a day off and came back and tried to practice with it to see if it would work with a cast on. He didn't miss a practice either. So
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how tough some guys are. I've seen a lot of guys do that too. I'm not saying, good or bad or indifferent on being tough. I mean, but this guy had been doing that game in, game out since the
October
Browns
5th.
game. Yeah, since the Browns game. So look, he proved that he was pretty doggone tough. But that last game, he was spent. He was just spent, and I think he was overwhelmed by it. And I think his mental discipline just wore down to a frazzle. And he was just, that's enough. Enough's enough, right? It's broken. The torn labrum, it was out. It was out also. I think it was separated. What else do you want him to do? It's the off shoulder, but he was getting pelted by no offensive lineman.
But you guys played this game. I put a lot of fault. If I were the Wilfs, I would be fining my coach. I might even suspend him. He needs to look out for his players better. Am I off base on this? I mean, you guys played.
Okay, here's my spin on everything that we're talking about, okay? I don't care if you make an NFL roster, that means you should be able to play the game, regardless of whether you're a rookie, 2-year man, 10-year man, or whatever. If you are on that roster, you're supposed to be able to play football.
Correct.
And you're supposed to be able to do your job. And if you don't have enough confidence in the guys you have on your roster, then there's a problem right there. because Carson Wentz had no business being in that game playing under those circumstances. You know, he can be tough all he wants. That's fine. But he didn't give them the chance to win. I would have went with the rookie. He showed me a whole lot in the preseason. What the heck's he going to do?
But your coach didn't want to put him in.
Cut his butt. That's something that needs to be addressed.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for saying that.
Exactly, because you knew since the London game that Wentz's shoulder is
A mess.
Okay? And that's fine. Carson says he wants to keep playing, and the doctors say, well, he's not going to do any more damage. We're going to have to fix it anyway. So, but here's the thing. How does O'Connell, knowing that his quarterback is right on the edge of being knocked out of the game on any single play,
Right.
not have Brosmer ready to roll? Let's go. Instead, you just let him get hit back there like a piñata every snap. And you just stand on the sideline and watch.
Well,
so here's my thing, and then I'll stop.
Okay.
My question is, your job is to win the game.
Right.
Right? You're to win that game no matter how you do it. You have to have a plan to win the game. So if this plan doesn't work, I got to have something else. These aren't like the Twins when it's game 163 or whatever, 140, and we don't have a starter. Okay, we're going to do a bullpen game. Big deal. We play 162. Who cares? There's only 17. You can't wait for J.J. McCarthy 5 weeks later because you're going to be dead and buried by then. So that's what I'm saying is that O'Connell really thought that a wounded Wentz was better than bouncy Rosemount.
Yeah, but then there you go. What's he doing on the team then?
Exactly. Cut him.
Here's one thing. Go ahead.
Your hands up.
I'm just saying, there's a 32% chance this comes onto a South Park episode where the quarterback's arm is dragging behind him.
No kidding.
Has the integrity of our team been compromised by this action? Did KOC really step over a line that's unforgivable?
I think he
as
did.
a player on his team, what do you think as a player right now? I mean, your coach is looking out for you?
No, he's not looking out for you. And I wonder if there's a ripple effect. Probably not by the time free agency comes around, but I mean, you would think you'd give a second thought. Is he going to be looking out for me?
Here's how it should be evaluated. It was when I played. This is how a hurt / maybe injured player was delved into. Okay, they take him in the training room, evaluate it, and say, what are we going to do here? It's the off arm. It's the off throwing arm. What is he better than the guy we have on the bench? Like this, in this condition right now, presently, if we put a harness on that, we put him out on the football field, will he be better than the backup?
Clearly he thought so.
And either they both thought so, and Carson wanted to keep in the game and in the mix to keep his career somewhat
Viable.
Above the red line.
Right,
okay?
and I don't blame him.
And I don't blame that.
That's
so
fine.
if they want to do that, but if it turns out after a game or so that he's not better, and he doesn't give the team a chance to even win, then you have to, being the quarterback whisperer, why can't he take that kid off the bench and put him in? I don't even know his last name.
Brosmer.
Max Brosmer.
Okay.
Brosmer,
So
yeah.
the University of Minnesota kid, that kid.
Right.
Sky Yuma.
Yeah, I mean, then you need to whisper into his ear something and get him to play well.
Well, he did. He whispered into Wentz's ear, "You can't go down. You got to keep playing. I can't put this kid in."
Hey, it doesn't impress me that a guy has to show that he's tough.
Right.
He didn't. He made the roster. We know he's tough, no question about it. And he was there, and you watched him on the sideline, you watched him on the bench, and hey,
there comes a time, right?
You take him out. He gives you no chance to win in those circumstances.
I lost a great deal of
That's
respect for KOC for the way he handled. Not just this. Actually, to me, it's twofold. It's letting him play, but then the comment, Wentz knew the circumstances about putting the kid in. Then why didn't you? Well, first of all, there's nothing out there, clearly, because they signed at midweek John Wolford. Who's got He has one touchdown in the NFL and 5 interceptions. He was leading the Alliance of American Football, whatever the heck it's called,
Stop it.
in touchdown passes until the team folded.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
Disgusting.
With all the guys out there that they could put in there, what's that one quarterback's name?
Well, Desmond Ritter is actually a free agent, but they got Brett Rippon, who they have to sign off a practice squad. There's a lot of guys on
but
practice
there was
squads.
a guy that's played on like 8 teams, but is a pretty good quarterback. The only thing is
That was Wentz.
when the not him, but when he does real well when the injured guys when the starting quarterback's injured, and then the quarterback comes back and
Never miss a beat.
They let him go, but he does a really good job. He's been with I forgot his name.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah, there you go, Johnson.
He's a third-string quarterback. They could get him.
But he'd do better, because he's mobile. He got a good arm. He's
This
smart.
Wolford
He's
thing,
been
it's
around.
You know what? You going against Detroit, you got Aiden Hutchinson and that line. They may go through all 3 quarterbacks.
They better do something.
I'm telling you,
I'm
they're in
gonna tell
trouble.
you what. They better get a running game going.
I don't bet, but I'll tell you, if I were betting, I'd be betting on the Lions to blow them out.
Oh man.
Well, if you don't have an offensive line, we were talking about it earlier. I mean, if
Exactly.
you don't have any, the starting 2 tackles are down. We don't know if Darisaw is in or not, and what a player he is. I mean,
But
he's a great player, but he's never in.
But wait a minute. Hold up. What a talent he is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Who never played.
never plays.
Yeah.
So what good's that?
I can't think of a better tackle outside of him than
Wait a
Trent
minute,
Williams. And you're right. He's
But wait a
totally
minute.
right.
Trent Williams plays and he plays hurt.
No, he doesn't. He's hurt all the time too.
But he
hobbles out
He's
there.
one of the best to ever play.
Ever.
Darisaw's trying to be what he is, but the guy's out more than he's in.
Oh,
All right, we're going to finish this in the next segment because we're going to be talking about this for a bit because I want to get into the offensive line issue. But we need to take a quick break. We're going to talk about. Would you stop pointing to the guy?
Who's pointing?
Quit pointing at the guy.
You know
Around
how
the
rude- You
radio.
know how rude it is to
Yeah, you
point.
don't point at the radio.
There's cameras here.
We're going to
on
have
YouTube.
You know
as
what?
well.
Tyler is
There he
going to
is.
tell you all about his trip to Hawaii and TWS Remodeling.
Yeah.
When we get back, we got Mike's going to tell us stuff. We got plenty to talk about, but we're going to take a break, and the JimBob Sports Jamboree be right back.
Aloha.
We are back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree. Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, Fox 9's Jim Rich, the superstar Mike Morris, and Tyler Ganz. TWS Remodeling got the new rebranding. How are things going?
You know what? This is our first official week as TWS Remodeling. I got to tell you, it's going pretty good. We're really excited about the new rebranding. Obviously, we've talked about that a lot, but we're getting super close here. We've got today and tomorrow to register for the $25,000 giveaway. We're ending that at the end of this month. We're going to give that away the week of Thanksgiving. So now you go to TWSremodeling.com. You right on there. You can click on the entrance to win the $25,000 makeover. You got 2 days left. To get this in. Hopefully you guys can hear this and get it in as soon as they can.
So what you need to do is you got to fly to the post office, and the best way to get there in a hurry would be with a truck or a car from
Dodge of Burnsville, car or truck, new or used. Best service department in the world, as far as we know. And you know what? They'll take care of any car or truck that's broke down, needing service. Get over to Dodge of Burnsville, 35W and Cliff Road in Burnsville, coincidentally. And you can talk with Adam or Mark Saba. They would help you out with that. They got everything down there. They are the king of Ram for a reason. They got more Dodge Rams in stock than any other dealership. This is a fact. And a lot of times it's not. I just throw stuff out there. But it's a fact that they have more Dodge Ram on the lot than anybody does in town. So get on down there, say hi. Roll up in there, ask for Mark or Adam. They'll take great care of you, and you can just tell them that the superstar Mike Morris sent you. 35W Cliff Road, Burnsville.
Not that you would need to have work done on one of these, but if you had to do some work, or if you wanted to keep your neighbor from running down to the post office to sign up for this $25,000, and you want to put some holes in the tire, where can you find the equipment for that? I know.
I do too. I mean, it's a very Italian thing. Yeah, the Policis, of course, Polici Ace Hardware, because all of us know that Ace is the place with the helpful hardware
Folk.
Yes, thank you. And you know what? They've got the Clark Kensington paint. They've got Weber grills. They've got the Yeti coolers. They've got the Big Green Egg. That's down there as well. They got Scott's Turf Builder. And my God, they've got $30 discounts on 20-volt select DeWalt's. They got $20 discounts on 20-volt select Craftsman tools. Get down there. Ask for anyone named Polici. Okay, last name Polici, they'll help you out, okay? They'll take good care of you. They got 4 different locations, Zumbrota, Egan, Rosemount, and Farmington. And get on down there and let them know that Superstar Mike Moore sent you.
Check it out. Now, we were talking about the offensive line. Here's my problem.
Before we get there.
Oh, sorry. Why don't we save that till the end? This way.
No, because this is very important.
Very.
Super.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Today's your birthday?
No. It was Sunday.
It was this week.
Happy
birthday week.
Yeah, it's my I'm not even saying anything about it, but I had a good time.
Well,
I
happy
was in
birthday.
Miami.
And not that you look like you're a man in your 30s or 40s.
Oh,
We're not going to ask you to.
yeah.
But no one would guess your age. You're also, as former players go,
Right.
You get along better or get around as good or better than any former player I've ever seen, except for Mike.
It's those new shoes.
Yeah, those. Yeah,
Happy birthday,
Well,
man.
no one
I
would
have
guess
to
your
work
age.
at it. I have
There
to
is
work
not
at
a
it.
gray hair on your head, and that's natural,
Yeah,
right?
there's some on there. Yeah, right.
Ain't
there.
much.
Yeah.
So
I was in a store last
okay
night.
if I interrupted
thought-
for that?
yeah,
Was
yeah,
that all right?
you can
I
interrupt
appreciate
later.
that. Thank
All
you
right.
very much. I had a
Well,
great birthday.
Good for you.
Awesome. Congratulations, and congratulations for moving on in the Hall of Fame balloting. So
Yes, now you're in the top
people
30.
get it. Yes,
Oh,
people
2-3.
get out there, start yelling,
Yeah.
get this guy in there. He needs to be in there, and took another big step. So we're all very proud to have you with us, and we want to see you in there with that HOF. So let's go, people. All you Viking fans,
Let them know. Get
Let
on
'em
social
know.
media. That's the way to let them know.
just hammer it away on social media.
Hall of Fame, Chuck Foreman.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, if I knew you were coming, I would have baked the cake. Do you know what that's from? Little Rascals.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, all right, now, offensive line. Here is the problem. I have a lot of problems with KOC that are now become more visible to me. But I think the guy knows how to coach, but I think he's got an ego and he's stubborn. Look what happened when Puka Nacua got hurt with the Rams. What did Sean McVay do? KOC's old head coach. He put 3 tight ends in just to cover for the receiver. How many tight ends does this guy put on the field when his offensive line is decimated to help with the onslaught? He still runs his offense. Yes, occasionally have a couple, but he's got to run his 3 wides, and he's got to run it. And by the way, talking about 3 wides, why did they ever bring back Adam Thielen? What a wasted move or
Draft
whatever they
picks.
did.
We used
He would
draft
have been
picks.
playing more in Carolina. I don't
Yeah,
understand
but they
this
got
team.
draft picks. But how low are the draft picks, Jim?
Oh, I think we gave him a
7.
fourth and a fifth.
4th and a 5th,
Something
that's
like that.
way too much.
I'll Google it.
But I'll
for
tell you, it's well, first of all, they would blow the picks anyway. Quasey wouldn't get it right. Had one good draft pick, Jordan Addison.
There's a lot of.
But what
lot of
about the
stuff
line,
there.
though, Mike?
Yeah.
You played on the line.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way when you have a problem with the line, you help out with other players?
You can chip off, and you can bring what they called an old H-back, Joe Gibbs H-back that he created to
Right.
block Lawrence Taylor.
Right.
So, yeah, you can definitely – there are a lot of different things you can do. I'll put it that way, to release a fullback to one side and chip and get a shoulder on someone before he goes out into a route. Chuck would know all about that. And then there are a lot of things you can do schematically.
Are they doing
To
any
run
of them,
the-
though, and I'm missing them?
I'm not
here's
seeing
here's the
any of
thing. They're butchered up front. Okay.
Yes.
So they got so many backup players in. I don't know if it's going to help to put a tight end. Oliver's out with an injury, so one of the tight ends is down too. By the way.
But they got to get another one then.
Yeah, get another one in here. But you're dealing with players that are not up to par. They're not starting type players that are trying to play left and right tackle and center, and so it is what it is. It's a mess.
Hey, they're on an NFL roster. They
Should be able to play.
Should be able to play.
But they're not first teamers. They're
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is if they're not good enough to start or play, then don't keep them on the squad.
I agree, but I mean, there's something
And
missing
look
for
what
them
happens
not
to
to
Detroit.
start, though.
Detroit, when one of their guys gets set, or Philadelphia, they bring their backup in, they don't lose a beat.
I don't think it doesn't happen that often where you have a backup that can play left tackle.
Well,
I mean,
but those two teams have a deep offensive
They do
line
have
group.
depth. They do. The great teams do. You're right.
All right, so what's that say?
Well, I mean, they got rid of some players.
But you're
They
a
brought some new
lineman,
ones
so
in.
you're just going to protect them.
I would just say this: if you don't have the kind of protection you need up front, then you're going to have what you've been having the last 2 or 3 weeks with Wentz getting hit. I mean, destroyed. You have both starting tackles out. Both sides are coming from both sides, and the center is not the starter. And you do lose a level of play when you don't have your starters in the game. Either the kids don't have enough experience, or the reason they're backups is because they're not the same caliber as the guy in front. It's not that they can't play in the NFL. They can, but they need more time, and they need to coordinate that up front. That's just what I'm saying. I look,
But then
it's leaking like a
then
sieve.
what you should do is just keep veterans on there then that can play and give you that one game or whatever.
I totally get. I
why
totally
why
agree
have
with
guys
all that.
on the squad that can't do the job?
Well, I agree, but they have to be able to play at the level the starter.
But it was like when 44 was out, that backup wasn't doing what 44 did.
No. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah,
In his
okay.
terms.
Okay.
Now he understands.
Now he's like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
By the way, the Adam Thielen trade, it was a 2026 fifth rounder and a 2027 fourth rounder.
Fourth rounder.
To get Thielen here. Vikings got back, in addition to Thielen, a conditional 2026 seventh rounder and a conditional 2027 fifth rounder.
They got their butts kicked on that deal.
Well, he didn't look bad the first couple of weeks, but these last couple of
But
weeks,
he's not. I mean,
terrible.
But he's
there
not-
are
he's
starting
not-
terrible.
There's starting receivers out there
No.
that are first tier that are talking about fourth and fifth round.
But when we
picks.
didn't have Addison, right? Like he was in the game, so that he looked okay. He caught some passes, but like these last,
Some, not many.
he's had so many easy drops. I'm just like, why are you on the field? Like, don't have him out there.
Well, I think he's got a lot of ability, no doubt about it. But I think he's got to find his focus. I think his mind is like not where it needs to be.
Well, he's sitting fourth on the depth chart right now, fourth and fifth.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Behind
Naylor's
Jalen
probably ahead
Naylor.
of-
Behind
Yeah, he's
Jalen
ahead of
Naylor. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
but talent wise, he's got the sky's the limit. He's got to get it together.
He's almost 40.
Here's my question. Why I think you're seeing things go off the rails is that doesn't seem to be an identity right now for this Vikings team. Like, what are they good at? Like, the defense now is out there so much that they're getting just tired and they get
Right.
trashed eventually. And Harrison Phillips' trade doesn't look like the greatest. I think we could use another fat guy in the middle on the defensive line.
Yeah.
The two guys they picked up really haven't popped like everybody thought they would. They've been good, but they, not popped for
Yeah.
the money you spent. So it seems like the offense really doesn't know what they are. Like, they only ran the ball 5 times in that
Right.
first half against.
And our 2 quarterbacks from last year are
Don't get me started on this.
blowing it up out
Right.
there.
How much should I scream about keeping Daniel
Okay,
Jones?
so I don't know.
Keep
Wait a minute.
Daniel
You know,
The
Jones.
Vikings
I
had
don't
Daniel
care.
Jones. Boy, if they could add him or that guy Darnold.
But what I'm
really
saying
going
is that
places.
it takes quarterbacks a while. You throw them with a crappy team, they're going to play crappy.
We could, if we would have told Daniel Jones he could have started, he would have stayed at a lower rate. We
that
could have
was
got
it.
rid of Sam Darnold, but he would have stayed because he got to start.
Right.
It was so dumb.
No, he was
Because
told, he was
now,
told he wasn't
I mean,
going to
all
start.
those guys, they're coming into their own because they're
Yeah.
with a team that have the personnel that can help
Yeah.
them get to where
The
they gotta
identity,
go.
the identity of this team is lost. No question about it. We can't get on track with the quarterback that we should have had one way or another. There should have been someone more capable of starting at quarterback, and then we don't have a running game balance to take the pressure off the quarterback, and so he can run. He can throw the ball down the field to almost anyone. But now they pass block all day, trying to stay in games that we're trying to catch up, and the offensive linemen are getting nicked, and now the defense is tired because they're out there the entire game. It's 3 and out, and the defense is tired.
We got a lot more to get to. We're going to talk about Michael Lynn's wonderful spot that he's got for tennis and anyone with a racket. But we're going to take a quick break. The JimBob Sports Jamboree. Be right back. We are back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree. Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, and hopefully soon Hall of Famer. He's in the top 30 candidates for the from the seniors.
Let's go.
Let's get him in.
Superstar Mike Morris, he needs to get more accolades. Fox 9's Jim Rich. Tyler Ganz from the Window Store Remodeling, TWS Remodeling. I'm Bob Sansevere. And Jim, what if I wanted to take up some tennis or pickleball? Where would I get myself a racket?
You do need some outlet to take a little of the stress out of you, Bob.
Yeah.
And pickleball would be just the greatest game for you. I can see you out there with a paddle, just knocking the ball back and forth, the stress coming out of you. All of a sudden, he'd crack a smile. It'd be beautiful. Michael Lynn's tennis and pickleball shop right over in St. Louis Park. It is the Upper Midwest's greatest racket store. And that's not exaggerating, because you go in there and you'll just like, holy buckets. I didn't even know they had this many. Most of the times you go to the store, you'd see 2 or 3 hanging there and some kid that's, not really interested in there.
Some pimple-pussed kid.
Yeah. Here, we got this one right here, sir. Here, you can try this one. No, and the best part, you know nothing about pickleball. Mike, you had a friend.
Had a friend
over there,
trained a gal who plays pickleball all the time, and she said she went and got her rackets. And I mean, this is something Bob should understand, being from New Jersey. All these rackets.
Oh yeah,
you're a racketeer, you might say.
Wait a minute, you're talking about one of those rackets you swing? That's what you mean?
Oh, that's a totally different thing, right? This is pickleball. This isn't like, come on now, get with the right racket. So Mike Lynn, it's Mike Lynn, right?
Yep.
Just like Mike Lynn.
Michael Lynn's.
Okay.
Michael Lynn's.
Well, that's what she did.
Pickleball shop.
She went
St.
and
Louis
rented
Park,
some.
Miracle Mile.
See,
you could go in there, grab a racket, try it out. They let you take it out and go play with it. New Jersey, you can't.
well, back
walk
in
out of a
Jersey,
store
what
with
you
something.
do is you got a guy with a little trouble, you stick some pickles and balls in his mouth, and it's, he can't talk no more.
Or you tell Bob if they fell off the truck, he'll get those rackets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. All right, go to their website. Just Google it. Michael Lynn's Tennis and Pickleball Shop, St. Louis Park.
And also, I just want to mention real quickly before we forget it, and I want to mention my farmer up north near Alexandria and over at Morris University. They got a really nice clinic they're setting up and taking care of, all the kids up there in that area that don't have a chance to get down to the Twin Cities for a football camp. And then this summer, though, they're organizing another one like we had last summer. Chuck was there, Jim McMahon, the Tommy Kramer, Studwell, all the names, right, to help out with the clinic, and it was a good time. They plan on doing more of that. We're trying to get it built up more, maybe 1 or 2 camps, and Kevin Tafe is the name, and he's behind the show. So I want to say give a shout out to Kevin.
So when are they going to change Minnesota Morris to Minnesota the Superstar?
Well, as soon as I get a statue out of it.
At the very
Am I
least.
going to have a statue before I let him just take the name like that? I mean, no. It needs to be gold-plated, too.
Here's my question. I think this might be the most important game to coach in Kevin O'Connell's career, because he has to look around his locker room and he has to look at a guy named Justin Jefferson and answer this question. Jamar Chase is getting double-teamed, too. What did he get? 16 catches a few weeks ago, 23 passes to him, had a dozen catches this past game. Why is he not getting the ball to his superstar the way the Bengals are getting it to theirs? I mean, short passes, slants. I mean, that's how you get the ball when you have a lot of pressure on you. And here's the other thing, the stat I'll remind people of, and this is from Sports Illustrated, going back to when they first started charting how long it takes for a guy to get rid of the ball. In those 2 games, J.J. McCarthy was on a record pace for holding the ball longer than any NFL quarterback since they started charting that. He's got to get rid of the ball fast, or he's dead, in a manner of speaking.
Well,
his career.
Well, there's no doubt.
And that's why Cincinnati has a chance with a guy like Joe Flacco back there, is because he's got an offensive line. Well, he's got an offensive line to block for him. He's got a chance to look at it, and we don't have that. So I'm just saying, there's a level of play that's falling off up front. And not to say that the guys behind shouldn't be able to play, should step in and play. They should be able to at least keep the fort for a while until the other guys get back. But we got so many out, it's ridiculous.
You know what I'm reminded of? You've all seen Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying I got a chance. Well, actually, JJ, no, you got no shot. He has less of a chance than Lloyd did
of
dating that woman. Or was it Lloyd or the other one? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this game just to see how they react to this and how they come out of it. I think, and by the way, we have not seen it yet, but wait until Justin Jefferson starts carping about not seeing the ball and the way they're losing.
I don't know.
He may not.
I don't think he
$150 million.
I don't think he will.
He's probably saying, "Well, look, I'm gonna go with this."
Hey, have you seen the thing? It's phenomenal. I think it's on. Is it on Hulu? Look up Justin Jefferson as a photographer. He did it with Omaha Productions, the Manning thing. You watched it?
Manning thing, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's terrific in that.
Yep. How does Kwesi not recognize him? Okay, you looked at it.
You could tell it was him.
Yes.
You could tell
he
his
was even
makeup.
talking like
That's
him.
the problem with Chad Powers.
Right. He didn't even recognize his supposed to highest paid player was right there.
Oh, that's deep.
That is deep.
And then they showed
That
him.
is deep.
Did you guys haven't seen
I
this?
haven't seen it, no.
Okay.
No, I haven't either.
He takes photos of Kwesi, shows it to him. You can't see him because it's all like the background's dark, everything. You can't even tell there's a person in the photo, and he's like nodding his head. Kwesi, how did he not see it? It was Wes Phillips who picked him out when they had the assistant coaches, right?
Yeah.
And realized it was him. His voice, though, it was hilarious. He had a great voice for that.
Yeah,
You got to watch this. It's a half hour, terrific. Justin Jefferson as a nature photographer who's been called in to help take some sports photos.
Headshots for the when you get your picture.
And then he
taken.
goes.
Yeah.
Then he goes to
He's
a.
out at TCO, and he's the guy.
He's at a flag
And he knows
football
nothing
clinic.
about football.
Yeah.
Jefferson says he knows nothing about football.
Then he goes, "Can I try this?" It was hilarious.
That's funny.
When he's sucking
That's
the
funny.
ball in. Micah Parsons did one too. I haven't watched that one yet. So anyway, I digress. So tell me, I'm not going to ask who thinks the Vikings going to win this weekend. How bad will they lose by? Start with you, Tyler.
The spread's 8.5. I think it's gonna be closer to 12.
You're optimistic.
Where'd you get 12? Well, how's it not 14? And that's being lenient.
14, yeah, I think you are.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
anything over 10 is egregious.
Yeah.
I'm saying 45-7.
Yeah, right.
45.
I don't know how they're getting to 7.
It's bad because both sides of the ball are being affected by what's really happening with a non-offense. The defense is out there forever and ever and ever, getting tired by the end of the game, and they can't keep playing hard when they're tired. I don't know if Van Ginkel's coming back anytime soon. They got key
Another
players
one
that are
that's
still
out
out of the
there.
lineup
Yep.
too, and we're not getting the kind of push that we need and the kind of defense that was.
Could be a record for 3 and outs.
I mean, yeah, and it's because the offensive line is down. The quarterback can't pass. He can turn around and hand off, and then the running back gets hit by someone right in the mouth because no one's being blocked. So it all rolls downhill when you don't have an offensive line that can be dominant or at least stalemate a defense long enough for a quarterback or a running back to make a difference.
Chuck, how about you? How bad? Am I too lenient?
Because Chuck is too polite. He's always so polite.
Well,
he
he
never
did
wants to
say-
go over
You
the
want to
edge.
piggyback at my 45-7?
Oh, okay. Oh man!
Don't forget, these are NFL athletes. NFL
no,
athletes.
but what I'm saying is, as a former player and everything, and you get to appreciate. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying when I watch a game and I see a team that's dominant, but I mean physically dominant, like just beat you up, and you're like, oh, hey, I had enough, and they say, I don't care. They keep beating you up, like bullies. That's the thing that when I see Detroit, I see a bunch of bullies coming in to play a team that's just not there.
No identity.
None. And
Well
so, unfortunately for us, I don't think we'll do too well.
How about you, Jim? And we'll wrap.
I was the one that predicted 8 wins on the year, and you guys
It's
all
not even
threw
gonna-
stones
You know
at
what?
me at the start
I
of the
said
year.
a few weeks ago 6. I went through the lineup today. Maybe they can get 2 more. Maybe Washington and the Giants.
Yeah.
And that's it. All right. We're going to take a quick break. The JimBob Sports Jamboree, unlike the Vikings' hopes, be right back.
The 2026 World Junior Hockey Championship is coming to Minnesota in December.
Skips around here, check, throws it in front. Perot scores!
Don't miss the NHL's future superstars in your backyard.
Walks to the middle and shot and scores! A shot stopped by Splukinski. Stevens in, he scores! Team USA has gone back-to-back!
Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit worldjuniorsmn26.com.